Well, good morning, River. It's good to be with you today. We've been focusing on two core values these last few studies or these last few visits, and those two values are knowing Jesus and developing relationships. There's a connection between these two. It's not that they're separate values. You can choose between the two and do one and not do the other. It's that as you're doing the first one, as you're knowing Jesus well, it actually flows into how you relate to other people. And there's a connection or a bridge between these two ideas. And that's discussed or explained by Paul in Romans 12:1 and 2, which it's what I was dwelling on this morning. And as I did, I do what I often do, and is that I try to think about these ideas in fresh new ways and to kind of expand my thinking. And to do that, oftentimes I'll look at what other men have written about it. One example is Kenneth Wuest's work, which is about a century old, but he did a great job of just unpacking and paraphrasing the meaning of the Greek and the implications of those words. Um, Eugene Peterson is a more recent one. He wrote The Message, and that's where I went this morning. As I just looked at what Peterson did on this passage, and then as I was mulling on what he paraphrased, I actually began to paraphrase his paraphrase, and that's what I want to share with you this morning for a couple of reasons. One is to urge you to think about what Romans 12:1 and 2 means, how knowing Jesus well then bridges over to how you relate to people, really how you do everything uh, today and the rest of this week and the rest of this month. And so I want to read you my paraphrase of his paraphrase in hopes that as you mull on this, as you brood on this, you'll do something like this yourself and allow this to guide you in applying this in your life. Allow this to guide you as you pray for yourself and for the people in your family and the people in your community group. So let me read it to you. Romans 12:1 and 2, my paraphrase of Eugene's paraphrase. So here's what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to school or work, walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what the Father does for you is the best thing you can do for Him. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. But instead, fix your attention on the Father, your values, your feelings, your drives, your priorities, your opinions, your delights. These will steadily change from the inside out. Readily recognize that what the Father wants for you, what He wants with your use of time and money, your thoughts about safety and security, your feelings about other people, your cravings for love, your ambitions for success and significance, what you imagine as restful and recreational, and so on. These will quickly respond and adjust to His will. And unlike the culture around you, which is always dragging you down to its level of immaturity and evil, the Father brings the best out of you and develops well-informed maturity in you and gives you the power to do truly good things as you go through your day. So, River, take this passage, Romans 12:1 and 2, have fun with it, brood on it this next week, and ask God, what do you want to do with me? How do you want to use my body, my mind, to know you well, and then to allow my knowledge of you to work itself out in how I relate to other people. River, I look forward to joining you again in a few days.